Hey, what's up everybody? This is Jumpin here, and today I'm going to be bringing you another Mass Effect 3 gameplay commentary. This is actually going to be a redo and a re-upload of a video I did earlier in the weekend, but I decided just to re-upload it because of some stupid stuff that was in the video. But anyway, let's go ahead and tell you about this build. Or really, the first thing I want to say, in that video, people did not know who William Wallace was. William Wallace was a famous Scottish guy who was like a human. He was like a soldier, he was a warrior, and he used a Claymore, so I thought it was fitting for a human soldier Claymore to be called William Wallace. But anyway, let me go ahead and get into the build. I like hardening for Adrenaline Rush just because it's 40% less damage taken. That's amazing, it makes you more of a tank. I also like duration just because I reload cancel a lot, so I would just rather have the boost be longer on this guy. And then finally, shield boost. That's definitely the only way to go. Alright, now for frag grenades, I highly recommend damage. The radius is pretty good on it, so the damage is better, and as you can see, they are really powerful grenades. Also, max grenades is amazing because you get 4 grenades. There's no point to even go for bleed damage. And then I really like shield overload. Now a lot of you guys are going to say, yeah, armor piercing's amazing, which it is. Armor piercing is good, but I like shield overload just for killing smaller enemies against Geth and Cerberus, where armor piercing is just amazing. Armor piercing is so amazing against Reapers, but I just play unknown all the time, so I like to have this guy be ready for anything. Alright, for Alliance training, I like damage and capacity just for spamming with the weight of Adrenaline Rush and also the power damage. Also, I like power damage just because of the grenades and weapons damage for the Claymore. Now for fitness, I just like the shields. This guy, humans in this game are so flimsy, so you need any little fitness you can get, and it's just going to help you out a lot. Alright, so let me go ahead and tell you about the equipment. For the equipment, I'm going to be using Armor Piercing 4. It says 3, but in reality it was 4 in the video. I'm going to be using Shotgun Rail Lamp 2 because I don't have any 3s. Shield Booster 3 for the gear, and then Power Amp 4 for the last equipment. Now, here's the thing, guys. Power Amp 4 is amazing just because it's going to make the grenades, any grenades, so much stronger. Anyway, before anyone gets confused out there, the reason why I decided to redo this commentary and re-upload this video was because in my last video, I said at one point I said a bad word. Let's just put it that way. I had a slip-up moment. It wasn't. I would never like have a big deal with what I said, and I know a lot of people. A lot of you guys out there would not care either. But in reality, there's a lot of sensitive people out. There's a lot of sensitive people on the internet, and let's just say that I know from experience from the most ridiculous thing you will ever see video. Because that's like my most popular video, and I had no idea that video was going to be like my most popular video. And if I could go back in time, would I redo that commentary as well? Yes. So just because of that one video alone, I never want to have a repeat of that. I never want people to just dislike my video and talk all this mess because of something I say, which I don't. People take things out of context all the time. They think I'm sorry, but if you watch South Park, or if you are in this generation that I grew up in, there's certain words that people use that really, when you use them, do you use them in a very hateful and degrading way, saying that, oh, I hate all this kind of people because I'm gonna call myself or someone else something like that. No, it's really not about that. It's just really a figure of speech more than anything. So. But I know a lot of people are sensitive, so because of that, I decided to redo this whole video and redo the commentary as well. Alright, anyway, let's go ahead and talk about the gameplay though. That's really what everybody wants to know about, is the human soldier, the Claymore. They want to know maybe a little bit about William Wallace, whatever the hell it is. But yeah, alright. So anyway, as you can see, this build wrecks. Now, early on in this video, I'm going to have a little bit of problems with this Claymore, or at least this build, because you really got to get into the groove of things with this build, meaning that you have to stay in the mentality that, okay, I have Adrenaline Rush, this is a double barrel shotgun now. I mean, the Claymore becoming a double barrel shotgun is ridiculous, but that's what it is. So that's the way you need to play with it. So pretty much the way you want to use it is you want to shoot, drill and rush. Like right there, I wasn't in the groove. You know, it took me a second to think about using a drill and rush. You just have to shoot a drill and rush, shoot, and then the great thing about a drill and rush, there's two things. The first thing is that you can actually reload cancel during the cooldown of a drill and rush and during the animation of a drill and rush. So that's amazing. So pretty much as long as you just use the power nonstop, you'll constantly be able to reload cancel this gun. And reload canceling the Claymore is very, very important. You guys need to learn how to do it because the Claymore is so immensely good. Now, before you guys ask, a lot of people always bring this up. Is the Reeker Carbine good on a human soldier? Yes and no. At least in my opinion. I think yes because it is good. I mean, it is good. It would work really, really well probably. But no, just because to me that gun, you don't need a drill and rush for that. Now your stream would be longer. You'd be able to just shoot that gun for like a ridiculous amount of time before you would have to, you know what I mean. You would be able to shoot the gun for practically ever with a drill and rush. The only downside is that you would have to play so much more close range. I just personally think the way better shotgun build for a human soldier is the Claymore. It just makes the most sense. I mean, the Claymore has one bullet, so why not just a drill and rush the one bullet back in, and then reload cancel your way to glory, pretty much. That's really the way to play with it, and it's amazing. Now, the frag grenades are also really, really good. I am not a big fan, which I didn't bring this up earlier, which I wish I would have. I am not a big fan of grenade capacity. I personally you will never see me use the grenade capacity gear because I have talked about in videos before that I am totally against it. I think it's one of the worst things they could have ever put in this game because it's just gonna make the game way too easy for anyone to just beat it or just do really well. Like, if you're playing as a quarry mail engineer or infiltrator and you have, I don't know how many grenades he gets, but he gets a ton of, I think he has 6 grenades. No, it's not even 6. It's, I believe it's 7? He gets 7 grenades total. Yeah, something like that. He gets 7 grenades total. If you go for the electrical damage, you have to skip one of your grenades. But still, 7 grenades total. And every time you use a thermal pack, you could get all your grenades back. I mean, you just have a ton of grenades. You could run around and just chuck the shit out of the grenades the whole time. Barely ever shoot your gun. Barely ever have to do anything when it actually comes down to aiming. Because those grenades take no aiming at all. You just throw them in a room. It's like, oh, enemies are here. Grenade, grenade, everything dies. That's what I'm saying. Is that I just don't like it. I don't like their grenade capacity because of that. I don't like their grenade capacity because it just promotes people not to even use their guns, and it's a shame. People love to use really overpowered stuff. They really do. People love to use overpowered stuff. That's why for the longest time, all you ever seen in lobbies were Solarian infiltrators with just sniper rifles, and you still see that all the time, or Geth infiltrators with snipers, just very overpowered builds. Now, the only thing you ever see more, the main thing you will see, it's Quarry Mail Infiltrator, Chrysalis Sniper Rifle. That's a new sniper rifle. And there you go, like the most broken build in the whole game. You can just spam grenades all day to steal everyone's kill, and then when the grenades aren't good enough, you can shoot the bazooka sniper rifle to kill everything. So, I am against grenade capacity. I would not use it. Now, if you are not against grenade capacity and you want to use this build and make this build probably one of the best builds in the entire game, I'm not joking about this. If you had grenade capacity 5 and you had it on this build would no question be one of the best in the whole game. Just because there is absolutely no way that it wouldn't. You would have 9 grenades. 9 frag grenades. And as you can see, frag grenades, if you can throw them right, if you can learn how to throw the frag grenades right, if you, or at least pretty much, if you could get good with the frag grenades, you would be unstoppable. Like, it's just that simple. Like, this build would be so much better. So, there you go, guys. Like, that's just what it is. This build is that good. Just because the Claymore is that good of a gun, and just being able to double barrel shotgun it every couple, every couple seconds. I mean, this guy gets he's tanky for a human. He's definitely the most tanky human. He's probably, well, him and the Sentinel are pretty much equal, but, well, actually the Sentinel is probably more tanky, but still, this guy's very tanky for a human. He can stay alive quite long. Actually, I don't know. I would actually say no, he's way more tankier than a Sentinel, just because he gets his shield back. Having an ability to get your shield back some way, like energy drain, is amazing. That is an amazing ability, and that is one thing that shield boost from Adrenaline Rush can do. So just keep that in mind, guys. This build is awesome. It is an awesome build. And like I said, if you had grenade capacity 5 and you wanted to just run around and throw grenades the whole time, because that's what would happen with the frags, is having 9 grenades and 5 thermal packs and playing on any map that might have grenades or whatever, you're going to consistently like probably just throw a lot of grenades. That's what would happen, and you wouldn't even use the Claymore that much, and that would be unfortunate, because the whole idea of this build, the whole purpose of this build, is to use the Claymore. So not using the Claymore would be kind of ridiculous. It really would. So yeah, that's just something I want to say. I did want to bring that back up. In the first video I talked about that. I really do not like grenade capacity 5. You will never see me use it. Just like you'll never see me use the Cry-Safe sniper rifle. All that kind of good stuff. So just keep that in mind, guys. Alright, anyway, but this is Wave 7, if you didn't know. And Phantoms are definitely one of the only enemies that... I wouldn't say that the Claymore has trouble killing them, because if you can hit a Phantom, it's gonna like almost die, if not die. But it's really kind of can be a pain to hit a Phantom in general, and especially with the Claymore, because they eat bullets. They take all, like, you shoot like 100 pellets of the shotgun at the Claymore, and it just eats up all your bullets, and you're just like, what the fuck? Like, I mean, I don't know. That's just what Phantoms do. So. Alright, one thing I did personally feel like in this gameplay, I had a really good game. I haven't died yet, and I was really excited, because in my last upload, and I hate to do this, but this is 2 uploads in a row where I am playing on the same map. I hate that. You don't even know. Like, I hate uploading the same map twice. I just do. But I do play, like I told you before, I do play a lot of unknown, and sometimes I'll just get the same map 2 times in a row. This is what it was. Well, when I'm recording, like, I'll record a gameplay and I get a certain map. I'm like, okay, whatever. I haven't done this map for a while. That's good. And then other times, like, I'll record again later on, maybe a day later, or a couple days later, and then it's just like, oh, same map. And hey, I'm gonna keep the gameplay. So I normally only record one gameplay at a time. It's very rare to see me like say, okay, I'm gonna record like 5 different gameplays and pick the best one. It's normally just one attempt and I'm done. Sometimes I have in the past decided to do like 2 or 3. Now right there, if you don't know what I was doing, even though it was like a total fail, is I was actually chucking a frag grenade off the wall. That's something you can do, guys. That's a little frag grenade trick. It's really cool to do. It's a lot of fun, especially if you can pull it off right. If you can chuck a frag grenade off the wall, bounce it, here and there and then there, and all of a sudden it lands next to all the enemies and blows them up. It's just cool to do. Like, it's like, why not play with style? That's just something that's the way you can think about it. Why not play with style? So anyway, that's what I was doing right there. Unfortunately, you will fail a lot doing that, but that is a very good technique of throwing the frag grenades. It's just to bounce them off of walls or off of any just use your surrounding to manipulate the throw of the bounce. I don't know how to explain it right, but you kind of get the I hope you understand. That's pretty much a good tip. And the other main thing is that you can also just play, you can bounce it directly off the floor in front of you, and if you bounce it off the floor in front of you, it will bounce into close enemies. Like if there's a close range enemy next to you, you can bounce it right to the face of the enemy, and that's another very useful tip. And then the final way is just to throw the frags directly at the enemy. If you can get direct contact with the enemy, then yeah, it will explode and it will just do a massive amount of damage. And of course, you can just always throw the frags directly at the enemies from a really long range or something, like you see me do with the turret right there. Alright, so this is going to be wave 10. I don't remember the objective we had, but I believe it is, yeah, just hacking. Hacking, it's always a pain, especially against, well, it's just a pain in general in wave, I wouldn't call this hacking. This is an upload. Because hacking to me are those stupid devices. Let me get that clear. Alright, but the uploads are very annoying for wave 10, no matter what the faction. But Cerberus and Reapers are probably worse than Geth, and Reapers would probably be the worst, and Cerberus would be the second worst, just because Phantoms will rush the crap out of the upload, and it can really be a bad day for you, because one person can potentially get assassinated, the next person might get assassinated, who knows what's going to happen. It sucks. So that's just what happens all the time in uploads. And Reapers are only the worst is because no matter what you do, Banshees just get into the upload so quick, and they have such a high chance of grabbing your teammates. Yeah, uploads suck. And then Geth are really bad too, though, because the primes can get into the upload, and if they get into the upload, that's a really bad day. Like, that's can be a very bad day for you. So that's just a couple things. The best objective is totally targets. The second best would be for wave 10, that is. Targets for wave 10 is amazing, and delivering pizza for wave 10 is also a lot of fun and very easy to do. Alright, so right here is a good example of how annoying it can be to fight a Phantom. Even, you can shoot it in the face all day, every day, and then nothing happens. Just nothing happens. You're like, what the hell? Like, then all of a sudden you finally kill it. But yeah, it just can take a very long time. Now right here, I'm actually, because of where my position was, I should have ran to the top. I should have ran to the top, but instead I'm going to be a total jerk, run down low and rocket because I'm a greedy person. And I wanted all those points and kills. Now, that is a big mistake. You do not want to do that. Please don't ever do that, especially on this map. Well, what I mean is don't ever do that on this map, because on some other maps it's okay. But on this map, no, do never do it, because right there, Drew, my buddy Drew, gets assassinated. Gets stabbed by a Phantom. The reason why was because those Phantoms and an Atlas, or whatever it was, spawned directly behind them where they were standing. And yeah, overwhelmed. They got overwhelmed and just totally screwed. And that's what happened. Now, if you guys don't know, I haven't died yet in this gameplay. I was really excited. I was like, ooh, I'm gonna get another flawless human soldier, William Wallace flawless. And then it's just like, ah, are you kidding me? And honestly, just it's like Drew has like ridiculous bad karma, or like, somehow it's like just it feels like revenge in a lot of ways. And that's pretty much what happened. Is like, you know, I pretty much got him killed, and because of that, he gets me killed, not once, but yeah, right there, twice. If I would have held my ground at the top, if I would have held my ground and just played smart and played conservatively with my teammates, yeah, there's no way I would have probably died. I would have went flawless this game, but I paid for my bad decision with my life, lost my flawless, we lost full extraction because of that. So these are the things that I'm talking about. These are the things you gotta watch out for. Any dumb little thing like that can really cost your team, especially in the last wave. Because I would hope everybody wants to beat it. Alright guys, I really hope you enjoyed this build. This build is really good. Believe me, it's a lot of fun. And we beat that in 17 minutes. That was awesome. We weren't even trying to go for a speed run. But yeah. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. William Wallace build is just amazing, like I said. And that's pretty much it. Claymore is awesome. I know I just keep repeating things, but I'm tired right now, so sorry. But anyway, guys, please comment, please like, please subscribe, and like always, have a nice day.